Hi, I wanted to pick up on something that I mentioned in the last video, and that was the importance of looking after ourselves, that we can be the best we can be for our children, that we can flow love to them from a place of fullness ourselves rather than trying to parent from a place of duty or resentment. So yesterday it was a funny day for me. It just felt, like bits and bobs kind of a day and a nothing really planned kind of a day. And left me feeling really uh, just a little bit uncomfortable really, and I've had this feeling often in the past. So last night I was kind of just journaling and reflecting on why I was feeling like this, and it is something that I've learned. I know I've written about it extensively in the book, but I often forget, and it's this idea of valuing ourselves, and I do think that as parents, and our role of mum is so undervalued in our society. We live in a very productive society, a very production value society. We want to know how much you're earning, what do you do? It's often the first question we get asked if we're meeting new people. And this idea of being just a mum, it is prevalent. I remember being a new mum all those years ago, and I used to get a magazine regularly called Above Rubies. And the lovely editor was just saying to us mums, you're doing a really important job. I used to hold the magazine to my chest, just, oh, thank you, somebody's acknowledging the important job I'm doing. When I first became a mum, I really wanted to be a mum. I had no idea that I was going to struggle so much because I didn't realise how much my value, the value that I gave myself, was related to what I achieved in a day. So I was a student, I was a good student, and that was great, getting good grades and writing essays. You finish an essay, I've wrote an essay today, or however long it's taken, and that can give you a sense of pride. I've passed an exam, that gives you a sense of pride. And then I became a midwife, and that was a very satisfying job because you get a lot of appreciation. I've delivered 2 babies today, I've helped so many women, and there's definitely a sense of achievement and accomplishment. But when you're a mum, it's so hard to recognise what you've achieved in a day. Often you'll wake up in the morning and the house is in a certain level of cleanliness and tidiness, whatever level that might be. You do whatever you've got to do in a day, which often can be continuous throughout the day, and then you go to bed and everything looks exactly the same. So you clean the dishes, they get dirtied again. You make a meal, it gets eaten. There's nothing to show for what you do. And again, I recognise that attending to our children, helping them develop into strong, capable, loving adults is our main goal. But what about those days when they're really not happy? They're really being unpleasant because they're not feeling very pleasant. It's days like that when you feel like, what am I doing? What am I spending my time doing? Where is my value? So, so yesterday I reminded myself that, and I know this completely in the bottom of my heart, that we are inherently valuable. Just the fact that we're here on planet Earth, we're valuable. We've nothing to prove to anybody, and it's our crazy culture. We don't even realise it because we're so absorbed by it, we're so involved in it, that we place our value on what we have achieved rather than just we're here to have a good time. And having a good time will mean loving our children. It will mean keeping the house clean. It will mean having some time off as well, which is really important. But rather than keeping the house clean to value ourselves, we feel valued, we feel loved, and then we think, do you know what? I'll do some cleaning just because it feels good to do it, not to give us value. And that's the message to you today. You're inherently valuable. Often as a mum, you won't see what you've achieved, especially those days when the kids are a little bit cranky or the house isn't getting clean. If you're judging yourself by the kids being pleasant or the house being clean, then you're going to feel like you failed that day. So remember, number one, your value is inherent. Remember that you are worth it and you're valuable. And another tip is, before you go to bed at night, write down what you've achieved that day. It's so easy to forget. And I do this often. And I think, actually, I've done those, and I've just done it kind of on automatic pilot, or I've not even realised that. Just spending half an hour with a child who's upset, or spending some time with a child who's got some hopes and dreams they want to share with you, spending time with a child building a Lego house, all really important. Have a great day. You deserve it.